It's been a while, guys. It's been about over a week since I posted my last video. If you guys know anything about where I live, I currently live in Florida. And Florida was impacted by Irma as of last week. So the last 2 weeks or a week before the build up to Irma, where she was going, what direction she was going to hit, was pretty stressful on me, my business, my family. Making a video with genuine heart and stuff like that was going to be hard to do because a lot was on my mind, and I wanted to focus on that and focus on getting everything together, bunkering down my home, boarding up my house the best I could, put everything away, flying objects, projectiles, so they're not flying across my neighborhood and causing people some worse days. So that was pretty much my whole week last week, and then the weekend came. Irma decided to come up the coast. She hit Cuba, went up the west coast of Florida, hit Naples, Keys, terribly hard, and she was projected to hit Tampa, where I currently live. The eye of the storm was going to be right for us, pretty hard. But she shifted more east to 20-30 miles east of us to Lakeland, and they got the brunt of it. So all in all, it was a crazy weekend. Just hearing the winds and seeing the damage and destruction after on that Monday morning was surreal. It was one of the most stressful weeks I ever had because you don't know what's gonna happen. It was projected to hit a Category 3, and then they said Category 4 like 2 or 3 days before. So people were going crazy. People were in a frenzy. People were buying plywoods and everything to board up their windows. And you got people, I got my good friends, I got my sister calling me to go up to Alabama. But then that cost leaving my mother and father in Florida alone. So I was torn. I had good friends leaving up to Georgia, and on his drive to Georgia, he sees a woman trying to commit suicide, jumping in front of cars. And then he looked in the rearview mirror. He barely missed her. Ended up look in this rearview mirror, and she gets hit by a car, truck, whatever it might be, and flies up in the air. In the highway. So there's a state of emergency. There was a state of chaos. There was a state of everyone going a little bit crazy. If you're crazy already, you're going to go even crazier because a catastrophic storm, a hurricane, is going to hit us with some terrible winds, some surges coming from the oceans to cause major flooding. Was projected to come our way. And it did in most parts of Florida. It hit Naples hard. The Keys got wrecked. Jacksonville got major flooding up there. Even Georgia got hit by it. To be a part of history and to think that it was even on 9/11 that we were still seeing the effects was pretty crazy. Because that was, a day to remember, whether you believe in the controversy or not. Just in the sense that a lot of people died. And that could have happened to us in Florida on the same day. It was just surreal. But glad that the death toll was not that high. And to all the people that are affected by it, I was only the place I live in was not affected. My parents' place was not affected. There was a ton of downed trees around my parents' neighborhood and my neighborhood. And to just think that there was no damage at all to our properties, we got lucky. My parents never lost power or water. I lost power and water for 3 or 4 days. And that's why I haven't been able to upload a video in quite some time. I wanted to do it right after Irma, but I had no power or water. So that was my effects from it. That is nothing compared to people, homes lost, family members maybe lost, dogs lost, pets lost. Their whole lives just turned upside down. It gets you thinking on many things, but also gets you thinking what's really important in your life, and when you have to take all your valuables, what you leave behind and what you take with you is most important. You get that sense of not needing these materialistic things in your life. It was crazy. Like I said before, it was the most stressful week leading up, and then Saturday came, and then Sunday came. And I had to wait till Sunday night, and we got the storm around, I want to say 8, 9, 10, probably the worst, all the way to 10 to 2 a.m. I didn't get much sleep those days. I'm still trying to recuperate from that. But then again, I am so lucky that nothing bad happened in that sense. And like I said before, my heart goes out to everyone that was affected in a negative way by it. I wish only the best for you. I hope that you get back on your feet as soon as possible. I can imagine. I thought for sure I was gonna lose my place. I live in a trailer, super cheap rent. My landlord's cool, so I'm like, why not? I'm like, I got trees over my place. I'm like, man, these trees are gonna fall down for sure because the winds were crazy at some points. The gusts were like 70 to 80 miles an hour, almost 100 miles an hour. I think at some points we got that. So I'm like, for sure my place is gonna be damaged. In my neighborhood, I looked around. There was only a few down trees. I didn't see any damage on any properties. So we got blessed, for sure. I just wanted to make this quick video for you guys to give you an update. And be in touch and keep in line. Because, like I said, it was the most stressful day and week leading up that I have ever been through. Because that's the first hurricane that's really directly has come for Tampa. We've got a lot of tropical storms. We got a lot of the outer bands before, but I mean, living in Florida, you have a big risk of hurricanes, and we've seen a lot in our day. Houston has gotten their fair share, and Florida has got their fair share as well, as far as like all the islands all across like Cuba, Puerto Rico, and the Caymans and whatnot. They have felt the effects this year, and they got Jose doing dances around on the East Coast and Atlantic. It's been crazy. You wonder like why these crazy storms are happening. I personally think that, you know, global warming has a part of it. Water temperatures are rising. The snow caps, the glacier caps are melting. Water levels are rising. There has to be something. If you don't believe in that, that effects that we have, our footprint on this earth, don't have any effect on the planet, you gotta reevaluate things. You gotta look at things differently and see true effects that we are having to this planet. But I'm not gonna get a rant on that. I just wanted to tell you my story with it. Alright guys, stay risen, stay rising. More videos coming your way, hopefully in a lighter tune. Rise. Stay safe out there, and those who are affected, sending positive energy and healing energy your way. Rise.